lack of job opportunity, it contributes to the insecurity for Nigeria. Because if people they work truly, they no go get time to they think negative. Now money where you they invest for ammunition to give the security agencies, you go buy for police, you go buy for civil defense, you go buy for army, you go buy for navy, you go buy for air force, you go buy for custom, you go buy for immigration, you go buy for EFCC, you go buy for DSS, you go buy for DIA, you go buy for oh, Jesus Christ. All these people, do you know how much that costs? If you take and begin open factory, it can't be like say the country they pray make crime they happen because they focus too much money on top arms and ammunition. But they forget say now because they know they do the needful, now make crime they multiply. You know, if you check now, you go see a lot of children don't finish secondary school. No job. Then the small where their parents they take, they manage. Tax force there where they go pursue them come up for streets. And you not create enabling environment for them to do their business. Now, mama they sell pepper for street. Tax force go pack mama pepper. Mama no fit pay pikin school fees. Tax force say all this building, they build them under where government say they no build them. They no look for solution for the parents. They take bulldozer, break the whole house. Mama no get where to put pikin. And maybe mama be widow. Pikin now come on, go hang with his friend. That friend now Phoebe say now under bridge they stay. Don't become nuisance. Before you know, you go teach this one how to pef. Before you know, you don't teach her how to steal. Before you know, criminal. Now all these things, if you trace some society problem, because if to say government create an enabling environment for the mother to sell, she no go get problem of tax force. And then the tax force say they don't care where you go. They don't care what happened to your children. They don't care what happened to your family. Now Pikin begin to sleep under bridge. He go learn bad thing. Tomorrow he go become the armed robber. He go become the kidnapper for road. Because every human being want to survive. In any which way. You know?
Government, not just this government, since 1999, successive governments have not really tackled the fundamentals of our insecurity. They are dealing with things at the top, but they are not going to do root and branch. Let me give you an example. You know, there are usually two security postures when it comes to civil security in any country. You see that you have the centralized security where you have, like, say, in terms of civil security, like the national police, or you have a disaggregated system like you have in the United States where you have 18,000 police departments. By everybody have their own police departments. You see, the problem in Nigeria is we are not in either camp.
Where are we? Where do
we are in no man's land because we have, in quote, a centralized police. The Constitution says there can only be one police in Nigeria. Yet, if you look at what police do in other countries, you can map it against 9 different other agencies in Nigeria do the same thing. So the police has been cannibalized.
A duplication of duties.
Overlapping mandates all over the place. You know, and National Assembly successive ones are part of the problem here. So you have a situation, in fact, I mean, there was a situation, many people might not be aware, in Kogi State, where civil defense took the police to court, saying that you're encroaching on our turf. You know, the appeal court ended up saying the police can do pretty much anything they like. So we have a situation where you have the Nigerian police that is backed by the Constitution. Then you have National Assembly creating policing-related agencies. I mean, in anywhere in the world, if you're a civil servant and you steal, they call the police. In Nigeria, we created a different agency, ICPC. You know, we've cannibalized the whole thing. And what that creates is we are not in the camp number 1 of centralized policing, because there are several federal duplicating agencies. We are not in the other camp of disaggregated ones where there are, you know, different policing departments. But the solution, even with that problem, the solution is we need an effective intelligence blanket, which we don't have in Nigeria. What I mean by that is, you know, the National Security Agencies Act, which, controls our security agencies and also relates to the Office of National Security Advisors. That law is outdated. But you know the problem? That law has now been embedded into the Constitution, which means to amend that act, you have to go through constitutional amendment instead of amending an act the way it should be amended. So we have a situation where we have an act that is not fit for purpose. We have security agencies that are competing instead of cooperating. So that's number one, failure of intelligence. Number two is there is no effective early warning system in Nigeria. You know, there are technology solutions to make that possible. Number three, because of time, you know, in terms of what is causing this problem, is the fact that, you know, we have, as a country, we have what's it called, round pegs in square holes in terms of people we appoint to several positions. Let me give you an example. Since 1999, all our national security advisors have been people from uniformed services. But the predominant national security problem we have is internal in nature, not external. We're not fighting any external war. If you go and look at the research in the US, say from 1930 to date, you find out that 55% of all the NSAs were civilians, experts in security. Only 45 are
more from intelligence sector
exactly.
and research, academic.
But we are doing the same thing in Nigeria. Bring a retired general, and our security is getting worse. So the new government needs to think out of the box. You know, the point is, have they tried? Yes. But the problem in Nigeria has always been we are focusing on kinetic security. We buy, you know, firearms, buy jets, that has its place. But we all know that you don't win internal battles that way. You need to focus on the non-kinetics. You need to win hearts and mind. You need to deal with ungoverned spaces. And more importantly, you mentioned them earlier, you need to deal with several non-state actors that are all over the country. It's a major problem. Because once those non-state actors exist, it's difficult to get rid of them.
Insecurity is a global challenge in the world today, looking at various countries, and you'll see that it's a global challenge. But no doubt we cannot exempt it from effects from bad governance in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria. It's a creative effect of bad governance, and that is why most of the times the citizens, we often blame the government on issues of insecurity. And we want us to look at it this way. I think no doubt insecurity has been striving in Nigeria, I think, until President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over power as the president of Nigeria. And all of this started from the singular speech he made on the removal of fuel subsidy, which worsened the situation from what it used to be during the previous administration. I think this brought about increases in prices of goods and commodity. And what do you expect when majority of the people are jobless? What do you expect when majority of the people do not have sources to acquire these things which they need for basic survival? I think all of these things bet insecurity. Looking at our country today, the Nigerian universities and polytechnics, they admit over 2 million students into the tertiary institution, and yearly over 600,000 students graduates. What are the provisions for job after graduation? What do they fall back to do after schooling? This is why majority of the people into crime today, we do not doubt, and majority are graduates, but because of the fact that there are no enough job provision. Imagine 5%, not even 5% of job employment. So what do you expect these youths to fall back to doing in the society? That is why we have majority of our youth as tricycle riders in the states, because they are not gainfully employed. So these are some of the issues why we keep blaming the government for being responsible for insecurity, because of the non-availability of job and poor empowerment schemes to those youths who are unable, who are unskilled youth and even skilled youth. They don't get this empowerment. So the only way to survive, they venture into committing crimes of various kinds.
Okay. Comrade Aburu, now what role do you think poverty, in as much Comrade Derek has actually narrated a lot as regards the causes of insecurity in the country. Now, what role do you think poverty, unemployment, and the economic hardship actually plays in fueling insecurity?
Like my comrade have just said, you can see that poverty and insecurity, there are two coins on two sides, I can say, but there is no way you can separate crime when there is poverty. And as I can tell you today, our governments are not doing enough.
Okay.
Because poverty bets crime. And when you talk about criminalities these days, you can see how prices have been skyrocketed in the market. There is no way an individual can go to the market with, even considering the latest minimum wage that the government have even approved, 70,000 naira. When you take 70,000 naira to the market today, hardly can you even use it to procure food that can survive a family for 2 weeks. A family, you cannot be survived with 70,000 naira for 2 weeks, and that is a salary for most average worker. And considering the level of employment we have today in the country and unemployment, you consider the ratio we have today, you will understand that the unemployment ratio is higher than the employment ratio.
The problem of insecurity. Now the major reasons why Nigerians, they Japan, go UK, Canada, and America, people no understand. See that young boy when they came for nature. That young boy they call fish magnet. Very industrious young boy. Very active on social media. You don't hear see the kidnapper and the buyer. And I'm very sure the kidnappers and the killers of that guy, they don't go ever see him. Every time our police, they already strategizing, they're always going back to the drawing board. The drawing board no get space again. The one where even blow my mind past, and those two women from Enugu, one an immigration officer, one prison officer also. They kidnapped their own brother, their own rich brother, collected whether they say over close to 30 million naira from the brother. Two sisters, this is their senior brother. They give them anything when they want. They pay their rent. They still go kidnap another person. One go share the money, 10 million naira for hotel. Then they come grab them. What did they pay me for body? They say a lot of these insecurity issues when they know they report for Nigeria. Do you know how many kidnappings they go on from my state, Edo, for example, from villages that you never get to hear in the Nigerian news? Do you know how many Edo young boys are being killed through court clashes almost every week in Guinea, and they're not reported? From the highways of Meduguri to highways of Zamfara, to the highways of Benue, to the highways of Port Harcourt, East Port Harcourt Road, to Benin, Lagos Oshodi Express, all of them, Cantam. That's why they back people, they kidnap people. Our politicians are busy talking about 2027. They're talking about how to form coalition, how to grab power. And so the one way they pay me pass, they say you hardly they hear say they kidnap politician Peking. But the poor Nigerians that are being kidnapped, now that they give themselves, they support these politicians. And that's why I will keep saying it. All of them when they praise APC, Una life will be like the state of Nigeria road. Una life will be like the state of insecurity in Nigeria. Una life will be like the state of Nigerian schools. And above all, Una life will be like Nigeria economy. In short, to end them, all of una life will be like Nigerian naira. Now the same person not japa. Why person not go japa? Why could see most Nigerians when they come out because of money or because of insecurity. Me when they follow that they talk, the year when I come out from Nigeria, 2020, was it 2021 or 2020? At least 3 or 4 times when thieves try to enter my house because they think say I got money for inside house. I don't get money. Because I sell motor when some of my friends from US give me, make I help them sell. Boys begin to find way into my house. Anybody want to know the thought for Nigeria, their tongue will dry. Bad people.
Anambra State Governor. Anambra State Governor. Charles Chukuma Soludo. The rate of insecurity in Anambra State now is alarming. Udeje Buzimarna Anambra now is out of hand. It's not giving joy at all. And you unyoji buno jolo njori na bunde government na awasi awono bankete. Look at this. This small boy in Langazu online. Open easy security ideas were short na this country. For a single soul young boy in a bambo, even a munieli, the only son for the family. We're going to come back at the native doctor, Mel arrest. So no one so I know those guys are not perfect, but the way things are happening now, oh, Anambra State Governor, because Tiaya Nana, Kimaliva and Menoboro, Ojo Valenton Angel, all Indian Yellow Nakavana terrorize Obro is bad in Angel Marolo law, go take care, make your shot a state on the OK, Bulebe Punyegi. Abogging their Koduma, Apologan, security, as far as we have agreed as a security, or bring a lot of our money, which is all okay, we generate terrorize. Your days is not bad. Your days is not bad. But even no brand you're going to this video. But Jamalen Nobron, native doctor, you go up, maybe a number. Even the Mabana, Oyabona Woli, I am a gun na Mulan one was level where they at fort. I walk over to Aqua heat, Canadian come on Oyabona Magulu. I didn't miss you on that line here. As they tell what I can't see what I can do, their number. Nkanya Josepana, Muyo, Mamma, and even Oyabana and Mebusinka, or in a Zibu, one Nabu, or 1 year jelly over the Sabu Ibe, Sepota. You will take very long. The arrest of those guys have take very time. Because Unubu government work one this temporary justice with Messi. And the Kunu with Tiana, governor of Anambra State, this your regime will have a problem. Amara Moina all this in the Anambra, this insecurity. Is it because of the next no? On a Joanna John marriage with the Limadi, and as an Agabu governor, you may with Limadi, Elunisi. In IVG, you may be Liman or none and other. Ochakawana government state, Gaira, Bolondia number and they talking in one. Not easy. Opposite Kimuma, the man was in a number. I am most of the boat to go and take care of his security. I bet I must Mondana China, indeed a China Bujai. Because I'm my young when I was security on a number. Open on give way to Tiaka one over, Wopaka one over. Open so even a God Nigeria, Anambra State, you know them. Mainly security, Wopaka one over. Even the mother, Marna no neboje lochi, Marna no neboje security, Beguoma, government, making empowerment. Marriage in office, a general advantage. Obviously, we remember the Anambra State, Kayanambra number. There is fear in the land. Fear they go to Anambra. So, Ejimo, when Anambra State Governor Chukuma Soludo. The word turn again. Look at your regime. And I will even amend. Don't keep quiet. I'm a new social media team. I know that I seen. Those guys are seeing what is happening in Anambra, and they are not saying it. And now we are doing job. Moya baleket on wa so they can't do more. We will on the Anambra West can see. I'm near two brothers, son of ancestor. Ijilon me malamu. Even a woman over Halekete will so Madame Barankete, that is why I'm raising it alarm. Even a Anambra is too much. Ask not the native doctor. I know why you won't know even a man would go over Balanya. Over against the native doctor, the perfect. But even a man number one and even a Anambra, and Pupiadia. ka ndị ọchịchị tie anya n'anị Chukwuma Soludo the vice governor nekwe dị ibe na-eme na Anambra the youth na-anwụzi ndị na-enwere ọnụ okwu bụ nwatakịrị na-achọ mmụla na onye na-achọ iwe onye eli ọ bụzikwa ụlọ egwu biko dị gwepụ na aka nwere ome mee na Anambra ka ọ dị mma mee na Anambra ka ọ dị mma in one way of the other ebe nyere ka ọchị use your turn on well mana eji na ọchị enyeli mebie obodo and ibe nne na-ekwu bụ si mme ka erelizi ụmụazị ejikwa akwa ọkụ tiwara aka ndị ụmụazị asị relizi ebe o nwere oge njọba ajọ si relizi ebe Chukwuma Soludo kwụsị nwata n'ugwu gị maka mma emesịa kọtụ vidio nekwe ibe na-eme na Anambra na ọnwa akalịgo youth anaghị mmụrụ anyị na-achọ ihe ọba ya eli there is fear in the land tinye na ya naanị the media team all the media team nọ na Anambra the bloggers tinyekwa na ya naanị olutuzigwo brọda tata echi na onwere ka ọ gbalịta ọnụ gị nke na-ekwu na onwere ka mmesịa kọlụ abịakwute m so nwere onye dị save so ọ gbara nkịtị gwara ekwe ka jita m gbara nkịtị na mba eji ọnụ egwu nke nwụrụ ibe na mere Anambra adịgo too much ka nje ekwusi ka tinye ya naanị ngwa ya mma nọ ya ọbụla mma nke onye na-emebe ezigbo ibe nya jisie ya isika enyere gị ọchị enyere gị position iji na-eme mmadụ intimidate ihe fesi yo the reality ehitili gị asị na onye na-atụgodu mmadụ ntụ na ihe atụrụ onwe gị ntụ so ibe ị na-eme bụ nke ọma ịmali ime nke ọchị ịmali so ka akọ ihe onye na-eme ya bụ ibe edu mụ bụ egwuru si na wa achọrọ anyị na wa voice bụ ibe esi ewu anyị so nke mma achọrọ nke ị na-ete ka nke ọjọọ ma nke ọma na position ebe ọbụla nọ ma ibe na-ekwu bụ na ka Chukwu kwụọ onye ọbụla ụgwọ dịka aka ọrụ ya si ede ngwanya mmalị na anyị mma one love my good people ajụkwana onye na-ekwu King Presto son of ancestor well on mumalem.
I know many of you must have watched and listened to waiting they happen for you. This problem of insecurity many people they talk about, and though waiting some of them they talk about it, but not truth where in be, because if there is work, but I don't think some guys will be say they carry themselves go join this terrorist gang go they do am, because even as they be now, so even people not only headers that are even terrorizing Nigeria again, you know, say if there is no work in Nigeria, many people bad thing they enter their mind to do what they are not even supposed to. So now why be say government supposed to provide job where be say them everybody need for them be that. And for you, we say the years now, if you get anything, we say you want to talk on this, make you drop what you get to talk in the comment section, and also it must still be your first time. Make you do well, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.